Okay.
Hi.
So, hi.
I haven't seen you in forever.
This is literally true. It's been at least 3 months ago.
I don't even know what day it is. It's like Blur's Day here.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
tomorrow's May, which is crazy because I felt like March just lasted forever and then
Yeah.
April went by like really fast. But
Yeah.
I figured out how I could do these Zoom meetings and then convert them into a podcast. So Meredith has been on the podcast before. She's hilarious.
Oh,
And
thank you.
and it's so different interviewing somebody on a video chat because I feel
Yeah.
like I'm constantly like here you go, I'm sorry.
Are you want me to go? I'll go. Oh wait, no, you go.
Yeah, so
No,
but podcast interviewing couldn't be more awkward. Makes it even worse. So are you sitting in a closet?
Okay, no, so I redid my office.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll kind of give you like a little, it's super messy right now. Like my bed, I just got 2 orders of clothes in because I'm buying things. Why not?
Is that your way of coping?
Yes, and eating and drinking. All of my vices are coming out right now. So it's like my wardrobe thing so I can style and see. And I moved my desk and chair over so I can have like something better on the background than my messy bed or a blank wall.
No, I like it.
Because
colorful.
Thank you. And then I was setting this up as this started happening, and then I've had time to like put it a little bit more together now. Yeah.
So how have you been coping? Like, how have you,
well,
for one, you're at home with 2 kids, right?
Right. So I'm a teacher now. I got a new job as a teacher. It's not one that I asked for, one that was placed on me. That's been interesting because I just want to do the work for them.
Yeah.
To get it done. So there's that. I've been doing a lot of like reflection right now because it's making us do that. Like I was telling my best friend on the phone, I'm like, I hate the internet right now. Like I'm over it. Like I've scrolled through Instagram. I'll be, all the social media, everything. I'm like, I'm tired of it. It's the same rigmarole of stuff. Nobody's posting anything new. Like you see like the memes pop up with like a quarantine that's a funny meme.
Right.
And then you see all the other meme things like do it. I'm like, this isn't inspiring. So I've done a lot of I'm journaling more.
Oh, wow.
And by more, I mean like once or twice a week. And then
that's what I'm doing.
I know. I started Wine Wednesdays where I do them live, and that's been honestly like my best coping skill. Like I'm drinking, which is fun, but I'm being like creative and like forcing myself to do something outside of what I would normally do. But then also like I'm learning about the wine that I'm doing. I have to get dressed. Yes. Yeah. It's been fun. So I've been doing that and the kids, and I got a kayak.
Nice. Have you been out on it? Yeah.
No, I'm going out this weekend on it.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Yeah. I didn't realize like how much I need water. I'm learning. Thinking this time you're learning a lot about yourself, or at least, it's forcing us to really look at things and how much I thought I was like a balanced extrovert introvert, and I'm not. I'm way more extrovert.
Right.
But also like how I thought I did not like being in nature. And I'm so glad I live in the middle of nowhere. And I'm so glad that I'm close to the lake.
Yeah. I've been missing that a lot. Like I'm really happy at where I'm at now because I'm basically in like a treehouse looking out at the woods, which is right next to a road too. But I've missed water. I've definitely miss being around that type of thing. And I miss like the community of like a gym. Like,
oh my gosh. Yes.
Like working out by myself isn't exactly the same thing. And like, I'm just like, okay, when we get out of this, I am getting a membership again. I'm getting in the community. Like This is like being by myself. I can barely fit my pants, and like I'm not too concerned about the whole like quarantine 15 or whatever like that. Like it is what it is.
Right.
But I definitely, man, I miss community. I miss that.
I didn't realize how much of it was a community for me. I just thought, because I was such a loner, like workout, like I would go in and I would work out by myself. I didn't really have a partner to work out with.
Mm-hmm.
But I had camaraderie I would talk to people and I had friends in there.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I miss that. Like, I didn't realize like how social it really, really was for me.
Right.
So yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I will be in there 2 to 3 hours because I've missed it so much. I cannot wait to have a squat rack on my back.
Right. Now I know you're very fashion forward and you love all that stuff. Now, are you doing your hair and makeup every day?
Nah, I do it probably, let me think about this and give you an honest, truthful answer. I would say 3 to 4 times a week.
Yeah, that's good. I do my makeup on Thursdays because I have class all day on Thursdays and it's on a video. So that's why I was like, ooh, let's do it today. I have makeup on. But if I start doing more of these, I might actually like look a little.
Wednesdays, I'll do my hair and my makeup primarily because it's live. So I'm like looking at myself. So I have to be like presentable.
Right.
And then I'm trying to really up my content for Style Me Brave and like use this time to be creative. And so I will do my hair and my makeup. Now, I didn't wash my hair today.
Still looks good.
Washed it. Thank you. I washed it. I like your little like flippy. This is really cute. Yeah. I like it. And then I won't do my makeup every day. Like they had a dance party thing in the neighborhood, like a social distancing 6 feet away thing for the kids.
Have fun.
And I'm like, oh, I'm going to see people. So I should probably like do a little something. Yeah. And then you're like, can you do this? And I'm like, okay, well, I got to go put a little bit more on. So I've done that.
With your Style Me Brave. So the whole concept of that is to find people sporadically that look awesome, or you think that they look awesome, and you tell them that they look awesome. How are you doing that?
I can't. It's driving me nuts. Like right now I'm doing it like.
You're just peeking out your window like, ooh, she looks good.
Well, no, because they don't. Like I'm not going to tell somebody. I mean, nobody looks good right now.
Yeah.
Nobody. So I was thinking about that. I'm like, I miss going up to a girl or a guy. I've gone up to guys before and been like, and not hitting on them guys. And I'm like, I like your outfit. Like I miss telling somebody that. Like it really hit me this week how much I miss that. And then my friend Natalie posted a picture of her in her quarantine find because everybody's buying like weird stuff right now. And she bought this like pink sheer dress and it was amazing. And I'm like, oh, I love it. And I was like, I reshared her like Instagram post because nobody's really posting pictures.
Kind of like jumping outside or something.
I think so. She was outside. She had like white combat boots on. And I'm like, oh, I love that. And then I have another girl who I haven't shared it yet. I'll share it today. And she reposted photos of like trips that she had been on and she had this really pretty dress on. I'm like, that's really pretty. So I'm doing it like that way, but that's been about it.
Yeah.
Because I haven't really seen people.
Well, and like the project that I do is all based on photos that I took. And I'm like, well, I can either just continuously reshare things that I've taken or come up with something else that I could do, which is why I had people submit photos. But I feel like, oh, how when the world goes completely, where you're not around people, how do you do the job that you do? And
it's like, so I had to pivot and I'm like, well, what's my other point of this? And I'm like, well, just
pivot, I think of Ross.
What?
Friends. I can't get past
pivot.
Every time somebody says pivot, I'm like, sorry. Continue.
No, it's okay. We were on the same page. So every time I've had to do that, like as I've been thinking through, I'm like, well, what am I sharing? And okay, I can only share what's in my bubble right now, which is crop tops and weird things I buy. And the wine, it's kind of gone that way. It's evolving into something else. because I can't tell people that they're pretty. I mean, nobody's even, I can tell an influencer or share another influencers because that's really the only people that are getting dressed and documenting it.
Mm-hmm.
But like they know, like people tell them all the time. So I like to tell people sporadically.
Oh my God, I love your pants.
Like, oh yes.
I put on real pants today, kind of. Well, they're kind of real pants, but
I have on Christmas shorts just for this conversation.
Nice. Love it.
I thought about, like, I've gone to the grocery store and I've gone to the liquor store. So I've done some like essential stuff out. Mm-hmm. And I'm afraid to even approach somebody and tell if their outfit looks good and they're out like in public. I'm afraid to even approach somebody right now.
6 feet apart. Who?
Like with my mask on. It's not a mask. Like, you know, Aaron,
very stylish mask you have.
I love your outfit. You really put an effort today. Like, I mean, maybe I should. I don't know. That's my fear.
Yeah.
You know? Or
last night I thought that I was doing curbside pickup. And so in Georgia basically like opened back up.
Oh yeah, y'all are open. Yeah.
It's crazy. And so I really wanted some Mexican food last night. And I was like, I had just gotten out of the shower, so I had wet hair. It was rainy, so I had a raincoat on. Didn't want to put my shoes and stuff on, so I just put on sandals. And I had sweatpants on and I drove to the thing like thinking, oh, they're gonna come. Well, now everything's open. So they were like, oh, we're not doing curbside. I was like, oh, I have to come in and get this. So I'm like walking in like, the love of God.
Bring it to me. What? I did curbside Saturday for some friends. We did like a Mount Juliet, like there's a hometown guy that owns a restaurant in Nashville. So we did like a big pickup for him. Yeah. Girl, I got dressed.
Nice.
But it's a reason for me to get dressed. Maybe I should just start telling people their sweatpants and robes look nice.
I need a robe. And that's my like goal. I should have had one for this whole quarantine thing. Afterwards, I'm like, and I'm going to get a robe.
No, I may not wear it because I'll never be home and lounging around ever again. But, I have this robe. My
goal for once all this stuff, I was like, because I'm used to being by myself. Like I work from home a lot, unless I'm on a shoot or something like that. And I was like, from here on out, I'm going to a coffee shop. I'm going somewhere to do the things, anything.
Oh, I'm like my travel bug.
Yeah. I posted a post. It may have been, did I repost from you? There was a lady who was walking on a treadmill with a big hat and like a drink in her luggage. I was like, oh my God, I don't even care where I go. Like I've literally, so where I'm at now, I don't even have my car here because I'm working on the bus. And I borrowed the car from people that live here. I was like, I just need to go for a drive and leave property. And I'm like, I'll come right back. Like I just went on this like 5-mile loop and like drove back. I was like, okay, I feel better now.
But you're like, you have some community with where you're staying too, which is nice. Like
the first month, like, because I started quarantining really early compared to what I feel like people did. Because let's see, my birthday was March 8th. So it was like March 9th, somewhere around there. Like March 9th.
Oh yeah.
It was like a week or two before everybody else kind of did. And mainly because I didn't really have anything going on, but I was also, I feel like I was a week ahead of everybody because I was like watching everything. I was watching Facebook stuff. I was like reading up on everything. And then I was like Netflix binging. And then like right around the St. Patty's Day, I was like, ooh, I don't want to go out for St. Patty's Day. I'm like, this is pretty serious. And then next week is when everybody else was like, oh, we can't. And by that time I was like, well, crap, I'm ready to do something. I want to go out. I want to do anything. So, but if I didn't have the bus project going on right now, oh my God, I'd probably be slightly insane. So I'm glad that I have something to motivate me. And then I'm in an entrepreneur training class every Thursday. Otherwise, I think I'd have a hard time. Like
I have to like feel my mind. Like I was like, okay, I'm going to learn the stock market. Okay, I'm going to learn how to make all these recipes. So when I come out here, I'm like a gourmet chef. I want to eventually get my podcast off the ground but knowing that you can do this because a remote type of situation where we talk about like the fashion of everything. Like I've got it ready to go. It's just my procrastinating. I'm really seeing how much of a procrastinator I am and things, but like I have to like keep busy. Like you've got the bus project to do all of like, it's going to, all your blood, sweat and tears. It's the time to do it. But
yeah, I'm
I feel
a
you
person
on that.
too. Like if I like to be busy. I like to have things to do. I like to have this schedule full of things that keep me doing stuff. And some people just want to be busy. I feel like my busyness is purposeful too. So when it's on this downtime, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just going to, eat on my couch and throw on Netflix and binge watch an entire series in a day. And I do that for like 2 or 3 days, and I'm like, "Whoa, get your shit together, Annette."
Right.
Like,
well, then I start to get like depressed, and I'm like, "This is it." And I hit like about once a month since we've been in this for like 3 months now. It feels like like kind of or 2.5 months. Like
the tornado,
right.
the COVID. So it really does feel like 3 months of.
It feels like once the tornado came through, it shook. I remember the drive home from the tornado. I was coming home from a meeting and I was angry at God and I was just angry at a lot of stuff. And then a tornado happened and I woke up. My parents' house was hit in the tornado. So they're like, to see my parents go through trauma, to see my like Mount Juliet where I grew up like and lived. I mean, it's like East Nashville for you. Like it's completely changed our whole world. And then we get thrusted into COVID. And it's like, we have to take some of those down days to process the trauma. But sometimes if I take too many, then the weight starts to get a little heavy.
Hard to come out of.
Yes. But if I have a feeling of productivity, that helps in coping. So it's like some days my productivity is, okay, my kids are alive today and they've eaten. And then other days I'm like, okay, well, I made a really badass chicken and learned how to like what stocks I need to put money into or whatever, like to get my brain moving on stuff. It's a weird time though.
And do you feel like you're just on an emotional roller coaster? Because I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy. This is awesome. And the next second I'm crying. And then the next second I'm angry. And then I'm like love people and then hate politics. And then I'm like,
I feel like I was like that in the beginning. In the beginning, it definitely seemed more like I didn't like not knowing. I don't like not knowing when we're going to be back to whatever normal is going to look like. When can I hug my friends and not like get scared? I mean, I will say I have hugged somebody, but like not be like, oh goodness, okay, I hugged them and then 2 weeks later am I okay? Like,
right.
When's that fear gonna drop with stuff? So, but I've like, when Cora was in the hospital, we were essentially quarantined for 63 days, just in the hospital. We didn't really leave. I didn't do anything. I didn't work out. I did not shower and do my hair and makeup every day. I was not productive. So I've been in a similar situation to it before, but again, didn't know. I don't like the not knowing.
Right.
And now that stuff's opening back up, then there's the fear of like, are we all going to get it again?
Right. Is this all going to happen? Like, are we going to be safe and everybody can continue on doing normal things? Or are we all going to be like, nope, everybody back in?
Right. Right.
Yeah. So what is kind of what's one of the weirdest things I think that you've done, ordered, saw, any of that during quarantine?
I would say the weirdest thing that I have ordered is a neon green crop top from ASOS that I had no business in buying. And I put it on me and I was FaceTiming with a girlfriend and she's like, that's not going to cover your boobs. And it did cover my boobs, but it also fit Cora, who's 4 and like barely even 30 pounds.
Nice.
So like, that's probably
wear it more as a dress.
it was like off the shoulder for her. I put it on my Instagram. It was like off the shoulder for her. And then like, I mean, like I'll show you on the video, like right here. But it was, I'm like, what the hell was I thinking when I bought this late at night?
So did you keep it or did you return it?
No, I sent it back. I was going to try to make it work because I'm like, I'm stubborn enough. Be like, nope, I bought it. I'm going to keep it. But no. And then I bought like more because I'm like, okay, I've got to, for whatever reason, and I think it's like TikTok inspired because I'll like mindlessly watch that.
Yeah.
Won't film anything. I'll just mindlessly watch it. I'm like, oh, they all look cute in their little crop tops and their sweatpants and their joggers. I can look like that. I have no business looking like that.
I've tried. I don't have that figure.
I'm like, So that's probably like the weirdest thing. I think I had a panic attack the first time I went to Walmart and nobody had masks on yet. We weren't like required to wear masks and people weren't staying 6 feet away. And I'm like, why are you staying? I mean, that's when my emotions were like this. I don't remember what I purchased. I don't remember, like it was, my mind was completely shut off. So that was weird. Yeah.
So out of all the things that are happening right now, is there anything that you would like to keep incorporated in your life?
Yeah, we've been having some of the fun with the kids has been fun. Like just doing some walks with them more. And I've enjoyed more of them. Like I don't feel as rushed with them. So I definitely want to include that. And then I realized how much I enjoy cooking. Like it's relaxing for me.
Say that again,
so that
because my internet cut you out.
Oh, sure. I don't remember what it was. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, hang on. It was
on the video it'll remain, on the audio portion I can get it out.
Okay. It was hanging out with the kids and having some quality time with them. I mean, they drive me absolutely crazy, but there's been some really sweet moments. So that, not rushing with things, not feeling like we all have to be busy and I have to take them to throw them into sports or classes, or that school's really that important, because that may not be how they learn. So, I mean, they'll go to school, but like their productivity isn't nearly as important as much as their safety right now. So keeping that. And then cooking, I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like I'm really proud of my chicken.
What is this chicken recipe?
It's from Alice Waters, who led the farm to table movement in Oakland. I love like random information. Mm-hmm. She led the farm to table movement in Oakland, California. And she opened this restaurant, and the name of it is not coming to my head, but it will once we get off this Zoom call. And oh man, it's gonna drive me nuts not remembering it. But after living out there, a friend of mine gave me the cookbook, and all of her stuff is like super fresh, super easy, simple recipes. And she had this whole chicken recipe to do. And that can be very, very intimidating, but I like the challenge. And so I took a whole chicken and a cast iron skillet and some olive oil and some herbs and did it.
Okay.
Chez Panisse is the name of it.
I was like, I'm going to butcher the name of this. And I'm like, I was going to call it Chez Panisse.
Chez Panisse.
What is it?
Chez Panisse. And she's actually doing in some Instagram videos with her daughter where they're like making stuff.
Oh wow.
But I had finally looked at the cookbook that I've had for 12 years.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try that. And it was good. It was really, really good. So that's been I want to keep up with that. Yeah, keep up with that. What about you?
I would say I was doing really good Zoom calls with like my family and my nieces and nephews, like people who usually like it, not that I don't talk to them every day, but it's usually a text message. We're not like one-on-one, like looking at each other, talking to each other to where, I'm distracted doing other things. So I think those have been really cool. Or like even from my friends from Missouri, we've done some Zoom calls. Mm-hmm. And I really like that, but I feel like I've spent way less money. Like I've spent more money because I'm doing a massive project. So overall money I've spent is higher. But as far as like, I don't need to go to the grocery store every day. I don't need to spend, I mean, I guess I haven't really had a social life. And I've realized how much I spend on that, because usually I'm like, oh, I'm going out for drinks and I'm going out for this and I'm going out for that. And like thinking, oh, that's the reason why, you know, I overeat and stuff. And I'm like, no, it's not that at all. But I definitely, it's been eye-opening to me that I can actually be on more of a budget. Yeah. Which is kind of cool. But just that, like, I'm very much an introverted extrovert. Like I need my alone time. I need my energizing. I need that thing, but I need people to feel alive.
Absolutely.
So my soul has definitely been like aching that it's like, I'm really glad I came here, because the first month that I quarantined, I was basically by myself minus one other person that I saw, who was building his bus too. And when I came here, there's, let's see, 2 families of 4. So there's like 9 people living on property, or 10 people, 10 people on property. Okay. And they had all been quarantined basically. So I felt really safe coming here, but there's animals here. There's like 5 dogs. They just got puppies, and there's goats, and there's,
Stop it.
I definitely, my attitude like bursted when I came and I was around other people, and when I was around other things, even though I like sneak off to the bus and like stay by myself.
But you have that choice. You have the choice of it. Like I think one of the times where it was like a really low was probably after, right after it started, because I was like you, I quarantined pretty early. I went out for the last supper was one of my best friend's birthdays, and I was like the hypochondriac, like wiping everything down in the restaurant. I was like, I'm not going to like big bars. Like they went out and went to Tenerife and stuff. I'm like, oh, deuces, see you later. Like I'm not going to do that. There's too many people there. I will go to like a small place where you guys are the only people in my close proximity. And that was the last time like I hugged somebody.
Yeah.
And like
I haven't hugged anybody in like 2 months.
Yeah. And I was like, and I'm a hugger. Like I'll hug anybody. I mean, anybody. And now I'm like, it's been so long since I've had a hug.
Yeah.
Like outside of my kids, but like, which are great hugs, but there's a difference that's there. And I'm like, that's really sad. That really hit me. Like how much I need, like you, like I need the energy, or the energy of like being downtown and being in the city. I know you did those shots, like where downtown was like bare.
Which is hilarious too, because I don't like going downtown when there's a mass amount of people. Like I went to the draft last year when it was like 600,000. I like walked in 10 minutes and I left. And then I'm like, and then I realized a lot of it is whoever people you're around, if that makes a huge difference too. But I was like, bring it on. I'm like, I will, like New Year's Eve, I will be down there. I'm like, next
I don't care.
Saturday,
all the people,
1,000 people, everybody's jumping
all the people,
everybody.
I keep having this conversation with somebody. I'm like, we're like sending pictures of New York back and forth to each other, because I'm like, I just need the energy of the city. Like I just need that. Like it's an electric thing. There's enough of the peace of being out in the country, like you have the peace of being out in like Georgia, but there's that electricity that just makes you feel alive. Like all of your senses, like that's I miss it.
Or like concerts. Like I was going to go to Kesha next week and she got canceled. Like then I'm just thinking, I was like, man, is Bridgestone ever going to come back? Like we're going to have football. Like I mean, there's so many things.
There's so many. I heard baseball's supposed to be making a slight comeback, like with how they're going to do stuff, which will be great. I mean, who doesn't like to see guys in their white pants playing?
That's all I need. I mean,
that's all I need. I mean, I like the game and I love the sport, but
I like to watch it.
I like to watch the white pants run by me and catch that ball. Like I love that. But you know, it just something to kind of like bring everybody together too. Yeah. Because that camaraderie and like being with people and sharing that experience. And I'm so glad that I took videos of concerts that I went to.
Oh, to go back to?
To go back when I feel like, oh, I really miss going to a live music. I really miss,
I love all these in-home
perform.
concerts that people are doing.
Yes.
I love that, but it's still it's not the same. Like, it's not. Because it's, I don't know, there's just not that vibe energy there, but
you're not sharing. It's more intimate. Mm-hmm. But you're not sharing in the experience with other people at the same time that you're aware of, like that you are all in that moment together, like around that. And I really miss, like, I'll go to all the concerts. I don't care who's performing. I'll just go to like
I was like, even like the 5 spot, I'm like, oh my God, like they haven't had anything. Like,
they haven't, because they had the tornado and like, the Sunday Night Soul that they were doing at the, I mean, that was like one of my happy places on Sunday nights, was to go there and just experience it. I love to watch people watch music. Yeah. Like, I'm a creeper. Like, I love music and I love experiencing it, but I like to watch people watch it too. Cause it's just see what that moves in them. And
you want to look through my living room window and watch me in one of these like intimate, like live music settings?
You just set up the phone. I realized like how creeper and voyeuristic that sounded. I'm like, I just like to watch people.
I like to watch people have a good time. I like to watch.
I do like to watch people have a good time. I love to watch people have a good time. And I'm not gonna lie, when I go on nightly walks, if the lights are on and people are home, I'm looking in the window.
Yeah, you're like, what are we doing? Oh,
like, oh, hey, what y'all having for dinner?
I love that you're snoopy like that. That's great.
I will say the other weird thing you asked, and I just came as we were talking. Somebody started the rating of the avocado.
Oh, yeah.
That to me is so weird. His name's Jeremy. He's a friend of my sister-in-law's, and he is a furloughed bartender from Yeehaw Brewing.
Okay.
And there's a committee of people that rate your avocados, and I think it's hilarious and validating at the same time.
I didn't realize that was a local thing. I thought you were doing it and getting appraisal from, or like some big thing. I thought that's even cooler.
He's like this. He's like, this is like the best way for me to spend 8 minutes of my day.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
you've gotten 110, right?
I think I got close to a 10. I don't think anybody gets a 10, but like people, like the first one that I posted that got like a 4 or something, like they were responding to me. They're like, I thought at least a 7. And I'm like, this is what makes it fun. Like, there's a sense of, it's getting a sense of camaraderie in there.
And all you have to do is open. So the whole thing of it is you have to cut open a whole avocado.
A whole avocado.
And then you get rated on the cut, like whether it's
the
clean.
Cut, yeah, and the cut, the color is basically like a diamond rating. Cut, color, if there's like any bruising, like along the side of it, any brown spots, like they get technical.
I love that.
On it. It's hilarious. Like, I buy my avocados and decide now when I'm gonna cut, and if it's worthy of posting to it. I'm like, this is the most millennial thing we could do, is get validation for the cutting of our avocados.
We can't have avocado toast at brunch right now, but we can cut our avocados and rate it.
We can they can tell us if we're a 9 or not.
Yeah, but it's exciting to watch. Like, it's really funny. I'm like, she can do it.
Yeah. So it's at Rate My Avo, I think is the handle on it. And Jeremy's been like super cool. He had somebody send him a float, like an avocado float. So he's like, I'm an influencer now, and I'm like, you really are.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, well, we only have like 2 minutes left.
Yeah, it's okay.
So
it's that.
I know, right? Like, well, these things, you can only get 40 minutes because I refuse to pay for Zoom. I mean, I'm very appreciative of Zoom. I think it's great what they're doing, but I don't want to pay the $15 or whatever it is to make them longer. But they're actually the perfect like podcast amount. So
they really are. Yeah.
And I can get these up like right away. But so anything else, like any in your last minute of what you want to say, or how can people find you?
It's at Style Me Brave. The quarantine kind of took type 8, shifted it a little bit since nobody's doing events or anything right now. So at Style Me Brave on Instagram. My Wine Wednesdays, I want to push that because that's been my little creative outlet. So I go live on Instagram every Wednesday night, and this coming Wednesday is COVID covered pairings. So I will pair wine, Chardonnay is this week's wine or next week's wine, with what's in my cupboard. So I'll do like a wine tasting pairing. Yes, and I'll educate on the wine, and then now we have like an expert that's going to come on in the coming weeks, and
it's
nice. So I'll plug that.
I have a girl, Bottle Babble is a girl that I just did. She was one of my last shoots, and she is a wine connoisseur, and she lives in East Nashville. Her name is.
Will you send her Bottle Babble?
Yep, I'll send you who she is. Her name's Jess, and she's
awesome. Okay.
All right. What time is your Wine Wednesday?
8-ish.
8-ish?
Usually 8-ish.
I love it.
I'm never on time.
Like
I'm hardly on time for things. So, but yeah, drive-by birthday party. Who's the late one? This girl.
You're like, it's still going.
I'll just bring up their mirror.
Awesome. All right, girl. It was so good to talk to you.
It was good to talk to you, too.
For
you look fantastic.
To figure out how to do this. Because you were like, I'll do it. I was like, I will figure this out. So
yeah.
All right. Thank you. Big virtual
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.